We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Hornets come into town. Bringing you some fun on a Monday night. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. And a one-game homestand for the Warriors as Golden State will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. A great start of the season for them, playing very well so far.
Yeah, this is a great team, and I wouldn't put it past them to continue to play at a very high level. I mean, that's the makeup of the squad. You know, they've got great character, tremendous talent, and obviously very well coached. They very well could continue to play this kind of basketball throughout the course of the season.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Hornets coach Steve Clifford is always pragmatic. He said you look at what wins in this league and you see the best teams don't give up fast break points. Year in and year out, offensive rebounding is not a big factor. Guys, Clifford demands that his guards and small forwards get back after the release of a shot. The Hornets have become one of the best teams in the league in transition defense.
Thanks, David. He does give a little more leeway to MKG to go to the glass, though, as well he should.
The Warriors started off last season by winning 24 straight. That was the longest streak to start a season in the history of major North American sports.
Tip-off goes to Charlotte. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Batum teams up with Kid Gilchrist on the perimeter. Zeller is out there with Williams, and it's Walker in at the 1 spot. Now here's Walker. Clock at 6. Lets it go with a 3. No good on the shot. Charlotte on D, defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And look at what they did in the fourth quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
Williams kicks to Walker. Shoots from the baseline. Good as the jump shot falls. And you add in the wins to close the 2015 season, the Warriors had won 28 consecutive regular season games.
They were closing in on the Lakers' all-time record of 33 straight, set back in 71 and 72. One of the few records that eluded them. They took that hard start as motivation to go for 73. Stephen Curry has had a lot of magical moments last season. Led the league easily in games when he scored 20 or more points in a quarter. When he's hot, he is the most fun to watch.
Green kicks to Thompson. To the middle. And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
And with Curry getting hot, Steve, it doesn't even have to be a 20-point explosion. He went off for 17 in a 5-minute overtime period in the playoffs last year.
You know, watching this firsthand, calling this game, he completely took over the game in Portland. That was his first game back from his knee injury. Set the record for most points in an overtime in any NBA game, regular season or playoffs. It was awesome.
First free throw is good.
And the one thing for the Hornets, I mean, they had horrible luck last season from an injury standpoint. Never really able to put that starting 5 out there for any consistent stretch of the season. I mean, huge injuries to Big Al and MKG were the most notable, and that really dampens your ability to develop chemistry.
And so Zeller nails both of them. And for the Hornets, injuries are a tough obstacle to overcome. They were able to fight through some of that, but surely it slowed them down.
Yeah, Kevin, it's just hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key components. Luckily, though, I think it gave the Hornets a chance to give minutes to younger guys and get them some confidence.
And the Warriors with possession here after the basket by Charlotte. Green in the post. Kaminsky's there. Green with a screen on Kid Gilchrist. McGee off on the layup.
hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Beautiful pick. Ugly shot.
And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. And Green slams it in.
Look at Green trucking down the floor with his quick feet and getting the ball right where he wants.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Green against Sessions. From downtown, hits the three-point bomb. Sessions has got 5 now. Livingston with it. Outside, Green. Puts it up from 12. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And the passing from Green doesn't just look for his shot, wanting to get his guys involved on every possession.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Hornets on top, up by 2. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, he told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, and I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
They look faster and fresher out there. Seems like they're trying to tire them out.
On the court for the Hornets, Sessions out there with Batum. Then it's Williams. Then there's Spencer Hawes, and it's Bellinelli in at the small forward position. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know our old friend Steve Kerr was new to coaching when he took the reins of the Warriors, but he'd mentored under the greats. He said that Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich both had an almost scary amount of presence. As for Steve, he said, "I'm very laid back. I believe in the calm presence of a coach more so than the ranting and raving and screaming and yelling." Guess that's what he says to the referees anyway, guys.
Cool under pressure, but D.A., he's as competitive as they come. Thank you. The Warriors trail.
And for Kevin Durant, guys, when he left Oklahoma City to join the Warriors, he knew he'd face a backlash. I mean, fans in Oklahoma City, some felt betrayed. Critics who said he took the easy way out. But in the end, he went with his gut. He decided to face that criticism and go outside his comfort zone and his safe haven, if you will, in OKC.
Here's Curry with the 3, and no good. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Here's Hibbert. That one wide left. And for Durant, his choice to join the Warriors, Greg, seemed to be about winning, but also about the culture they have developed out there.
Yeah, I mean, the Thunder had often been criticized for the way their offense would at times break down into quote-unquote hero ball, but the Warriors play an unselfish style. Players who love to pass the ball and who can also get along great off the court. I think that was a huge part of what attracted KD to the Warriors.
Different look here for the Warriors. JaVale McGee's checked in for West. Green comes in for Klay Thompson. McCaw, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Charlotte. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Williams. Now, here's Walker. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
He really did an outstanding job setting up his teammates as well. The defense could not figure out where the ball was going to go next.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Kid Gilchrist, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And when Michael Kidd Gilchrist comes on the floor, you know you're going to get an upgrade on the defensive side. Doesn't rack up a lot of stats on the defensive end, but man, I mean, you can see his impact, feel his impact.
It's just the way Kid Gilchrist can challenge and bother every shot. Also has the quickness and length to recover when he's beaten off the dribble and still contest.
Free throw drops for Kid Gilchrist. That one misses. And among all the tangible things that make the Warriors great, the big intangible we keep coming back to, Steve, is chemistry.
Yes, they have great players, but this is a team that loves each other, loves playing the game. They're unselfish. They're willing to sacrifice. They play hard, and you just can't create that. Chemistry is something that you have to develop.
Here's McCaw, shoots over Batum, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Nicholas Batum. The Warriors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
First one falls for him. Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors. And then for Charlotte, Cody Zeller's checked in for Hibbert. Bellinelli comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Sessions subbed in for Kemba Walker. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Hornets trail by 4. Now Bellinelli. He's coming off a 22-point game against New Orleans. Pick by Zeller. Bellinelli passes to Sessions. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Sessions has got 7 points in the game.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
You know, that job of getting through screen is not pretty, but somebody has to do it.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Warriors lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Steve Clifford. Steve, what's the focus going into the second half?
The big thing is they've got so much offense, and they have so many guys who come in and score. You got to play every possession defensively, and it's got to be every single possession.
Coach, thanks very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to review. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass cleaned.
And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, on offense, I like to see them play inside out more. Attack the basket, generate easy points. And then once the defense collapses, kick it out to the perimeter for open looks. Trust me, I know. Rick Fox, Big Shot Bob, that's all we did.
That'll do it for now. Second half coming up. We'll see you after the game.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. You look at Ramon Sessions, what a contribution.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
Just awesome on-court awareness, knowing when to take it to the hole as well as dish it out. That's why he is such a crucial member to this team.
And so many players in the NBA, Smitty, are passionate about giving back to their communities, lending a helping hand to that next person to help them reach their dreams. And I know it's a cause that's close to your heart. So why is this so important to players like yourself?
Well, it's so important, Kevin, because I think in all walks of life, there's somebody that's helped you. And I had the opportunity to get a chance to help others. And I learned this from my parents, especially my mom. She was the foundation of our family and the community.
And I know one of the big contributions you've made is back to your university up in East Lansing, Michigan State, with a huge donation that they are very thankful for.
Yeah, just the synergy I had with Michigan State, also my high school, being able to give back, and especially providing a scholarship for kids to get a chance to have a scholarship to attend Michigan State University.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Green is out there with Pachulia, and it's Durant in at the 3 slot.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Back to Thompson. Pass to Durant. 3-pointer. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. Hornets trail by 3.
And one thing I don't think Kevin Durant gets enough credit for is his mental toughness.
Good point.
He is rarely shaken or thrown off his game if things aren't going his way, and always remains focused on winning and doesn't let too much throw him off court.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, some might say that Draymond Green has a big mouth. Klay Thompson said he talks to us, himself, coach, the other bench. But Andre Iguodala had to cap the fellas. He said if you're having a conversation about potato chips, then he's going to make sure his opinion is heard.
They love that edge he brings, D.A. Absolutely. Thanks. Walker with a clean look. Again, the miss by Walker. And with Durant and his ability to stay focused on the court, Greg, you were just talking about this. A big example of that was last year when all the free agency speculation was floating around.
Yeah, and that can wear on a player when all the media is talking about your future. Durant has done a great job of blocking out the media the last few seasons and just focusing on winning. I mean, his focus on the court is a big part of why he is so consistent game to game.
Here's Walker. The Warriors making the shot. To the middle, Julia with the steal. Curry outside. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Thompson sets the pick for Curry. On the mark with the 15-footer. Now it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
Curry is being guarded closely. He makes it look so easy, though. The speed of his release is just unreal.
Here's Walker. 1 second left. No good. The third quarter comes to a close. Warriors ahead, leading by 4. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Hey, we've been really solid. Everybody's been really solid, and that's great. Now let's take it a step a little bit higher, a little further defensively in particular.
Encouragement from Steve Kerr, but then the prod there you saw. Guys at the end knows his guys have a little bit more to give.
Yeah, there's a balance. On D, they have to take away the airspace, but also resist the temptation to over-contest. Don't want to open up lanes and commit fouls.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. On the court for the Hornets, Batum outside at the 3 with Kaminsky at the 4. Sessions out there with Bellinelli, and it's Hawes in at the 5. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Livingston kicks it to West. Down low, here's McGee. Good work there as it goes. And the Warriors lead by 3.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
And Sessions kicks to Hawes. Bellinelli dishes to Hawes. Doesn't go for him. West with some nice D. Warriors leading by 3. Shoots the 3. McCaw misses.
A three-point marksman. He couldn't have asked for a better look. Sometimes it just doesn't go down.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Clark, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth. Hawes, the pass to Bellinelli. Pulls up. The Hornets rebound. Kaminsky. And the rejection by Iguodala.
And Iggy demonstrating his trademark defense yet again. Just a sensational shot blocker. That's a solid pass right inside where his teammate wants it.
The Warriors shooting reasonably well, 45%. The pass to McCaw. There's the feed to Clark. Fires from deep. Got a piece of it. And he recovers it. 5 to shoot. From deep, Iguodala. Batum grabs the miss. 1:12 left to play in the final quarter. That puts them in the lead. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Here's McCall. Picked by West. Here's McCall. Sinks it.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
You know I love that crunch time. This is where the big-time players are made.
So it's the Hornets now. And Bellinelli kicks to Sessions. Here's Kaminsky. Buries it from outside.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
These are the type of games you love. You can't predict. The only thing you know is it's going to be a close one.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Hawes. Williams comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And Walker subbed in for Sessions. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. We got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And the Hornets call time here. Zeller dishes to Williams. Here's Walker. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Curry with the defensive effort. Feeds to Thompson. Good.
With the game on the line, who better to turn to than Thompson for a big shot? A clutch performer who lives for the big moment.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're down by 2. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's a two-pointer from Walker. Again, the miss by Walker.
Look, I know he wants to put the team on his back, carry them across the finish line, but it's all about getting a high percentage shot.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
And that's an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Stephen Curry is shooting better than 90% for his career at the free throw line.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those two to fall.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're down by 4. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Williams passes to Walker. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
That's good from Kemba Walker.
This guy is the definition of the word clutch. He has all the trust in the world from his teammates in these kinds of situations.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
You have to admire how calm he is under pressure at the free throw line in a key situation.
Pulls up. Gets the front of the rim and out.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
That's all, folks. Terrific job at the line to put this one in the bag.
Williams kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Batum for 3. So we see the Warriors get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Tight game. Maybe people thought you would blow these guys out. Was this the kind of game you anticipated?
Well, everybody's going to bring their best against us. And we just try to come out here and play hard every possession. We had some mishaps, some slip-ups, but I think we did a good job of bouncing back.
Yeah, no easy nights in this league, obviously, but you guys got the win anyway. Thanks for your time, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan, Stephen Curry. What are your thoughts, Shaq, on his game tonight?
I've never, ever seen a small guard dominate a game like Steph Curry is able to do. Not his father, not his grandfather, not anybody. This kid right here brings a special excitement to every game he plays. This kid right here is the game right now. If you want to watch basketball, you better watch this guy. He's that type of player I've never seen before. Wow, what a player he is.
Very solid from the floor tonight. Hit on over half of his shot attempts, so he was able to push the action but still be efficient. The team rode that effort all the way to the bank.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.